is everybody? Name namaste to your confidence. Thank you. Hello, Rick. How are you? Boopity boopity boop. We are here. How do I get them to go down? All right. So yeah, today was my first day at Amazon working 8 to 4, but I didn't stay till 4. Hello, Drew. How are you? I got to leave as soon as I was done taking my tests. And I passed, so I get to go back tomorrow and do it again. Ugh. There's a lot of shit that they tell you about. It's like, oh my god, so much information. And they put you in like a dark room. Hello, Melissa. So I fell asleep at one point because they turn down the lights and then they put on a projector. And it's just like non-stop projector, like blah, 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 blah. So I fell asleep at one point and almost fell out of my chair. But I didn't fall. I am good. Can I ask a question? Is she going to reach out to me? Sure. Let's find out. Is she going to reach out? I'm good. How are you, Melissa? Boop, 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 boop. We have the Justice card. So I feel like there is a possibility, you know, like if that's justice, if you feel like there's been something that's been in the way of that, like some sort of karmic balance that needs to be restored, I feel like whatever seeds of potential that have been planted, like if you've been planting that potential to receive and thinking more positively and things like that, I feel like, you know, it's a possibility that could be the justice for all of the, you know, time away, where that, yeah, because you've been the magician, you're becoming the manifester, and here's the lovers with the sun, so I feel like you're gonna have some sort of clarity in this situation, and then these cards fell down here too, and again, with the Five of Wands in reverse, I feel like this could be the end of a time of conflict and competition and chaos. Could be a new beginning of emotional fulfillment after a time of feeling kind of like, I don't know what I'm doing, I don't know where I'm going, I feel kind of lost in the clouds, or just having, you know, illusions and distractions that have been keeping you from your justice has stayed down on the table. So I feel like, yeah, I feel like you're dropping your burdens, and whatever blocks have been there, it's like you're walking, like, whatever's been like eluding you, I feel like you've been doing the healing to bring that back around into your life, the justice into your life, taking that next level commitment to yourself. It's probably not gonna be like a boom, 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 all quick and fast, but it is something spinning in your favor. So just stay on that path of being positive and being mindful of what you're thinking and what you're planting for your potential. Keep doing the hard work to stay good right now. Stay happy on your own, and you'll keep moving towards that new beginning of, you know, something that leads you to your 10 of Cups, that leads you to the heart fulfilled. So keep trusting your intuition and knowing that some sort of offer is coming, and just be patient as it progresses. But I do feel like it is coming. Hello, let's see. Good, I got unexpectedly laid off from my job, but I'm quite relieved about it. That's good, because if you get laid off, usually you can collect unemployment. So that might be good, because then you can do something you want to do. Like, sometimes that happens because it's like the universe is pushing you to do something different. So let's see. Eclipse energy is going hard on me. Well, yeah, it's going hard on all of us. But we're coming out of it. Yeah, look at the devil just fell with the four of Wands here. So I feel like karmic cycles are closing, and people are coming into union with their Two of Cups, with their Ace of Wands, like the forward motion, the forward movement. Good things are happening. If you've been in a hermit cycle, or feeling like you're locked out, or things have been kind of blah, 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 you know, feeling sad or whatever, we're changing our perspective and moving things quickly along in our lives. Rick says, which is the higher priority for me right now? work harder or better self-care? And then, hi, Divine. I would like a general reading of what's to come for me. Hi, Linda. So tonight's readings are for the members of the channel, which is $2.99 a month. You're welcome to send a super chat for $2.99 or sign up to the channel, and then you get the green name like the other people. And then I do this every second Thursday night. I go live and do these live readings for the members, and everybody gets a question from me. So which is higher priority for Rick right now? Self-care or working harder? I'm gonna take this for a second. Okay, so I feel like you have the free will. You get to make all of your decisions, and as long as you come from love, things could go good for you. But I feel like you may be kind of on the verge of like repeating something. This says this situation will bring you to tears. Run. Say no. No is a full sentence. Stop explaining. This could even be towards yourself. You know what I mean? Sometimes we can like sabotage ourselves, or we can overthink things to the point where we just kind of get stuck, or we feel like no matter what we're doing, we're not doing the right thing, and because of that, it's going to reflect around us in the results around us, and it happens so quickly. But I feel like, stepping into acknowledging, like, if you've got inner stuff going on or pain going on inside anywhere, working hard on self-care. Yeah, like, work on that hard, but also don't think of working as having to be hard either. You know what I mean? Like, we don't have to work hard to get the results. Like, we think that because of how they've said that, but when we're really truly in alignment with our mission and our purpose, we become magnetic and things start to flow to us. But we sabotage ourselves because we think we have to work really hard to get the results, or that it is really hard to do what other people does. And that's why it's so hard for so many of us, because we think that way. But like, I can remember a time when I was sitting here and I was like, I can't believe how things were at that moment, because I got to the point where it was like all I needed to do was put out like a Instagram reel like once a week, and things were still flowing for me. I was still having like a significant income, but I was in the right flow, and I had all the work that I'd built up, and it was like I had the right mindset about it. I was feeling good about it. Like, I trusted. And then when things start to decrease around us, we start to go to that fear. We start to get to that, like, and if we haven't had the real high up with something specific that we're working on, it can feel so far away because we don't know that vibration. But it doesn't necessarily mean that being in that vibration has to be very difficult, because I can remember thinking how easy this was when I got there. My way there wasn't necessarily easy, but when we get there and we see how easy it can be, it's like, holy shit, like, this, it doesn't have to be hard. So I feel like basically trying to shift the mindset about that, like, keep working on yourself up here to reprogram the beliefs, because you could get paid just to exist. You could get paid just to make one thing a day, and it doesn't have to, you could love what you do. There's people out there who get paid millions of dollars just for one thing that takes them 10 minutes. It's a perception, though. Like, when I put my things out there for very low amount of money, people don't value it as much, so not as many people may buy that. And it's like a fine line, because sometimes people will want that real good bonus thing, but if they're just coming to it and it's like, it does, like, if they don't see what you're doing, things like that, they may just look at it and make a snap judgment. Like, I've done it when I've seen people post like on Etsy, like, oh, hire me to get rid of some like curse, and it's like 99 cents. I'm like, yeah, that seems legit, because it's so cheap. But it doesn't mean that it doesn't work, or that person that can't actually do that. They may just not be valuing the fact that they can. So I perceive them as not having that value too, because that's what they're emitting. So it's very entwined like that. True, things have been chaotic. Yeah, I remember you said that last week, or last month, that things have been chaotic. So I feel like right now they're wanting you to choose a new path, so to speak. Like, instead of looking at it as, I gotta work really hard or just focus on self-care, like, I'm going to work really hard on shifting the beliefs that it has to be hard. I'm going to work really hard on taking care of myself, because when I take care of myself and I feel good about myself and I'm confident and all of those things, I will just naturally be great, like creative and inspired and ready to take the little steps that matter in what I'm planting. Because if I'm planting seeds of doubt and I don't know, I'm not going to get the results I want. But if I plant the seeds of, yep, it's going to be a great harvest and everything's working out for me and things are going good, it will be. And believe me, I know it's a roller coaster sometimes. Like yesterday, I had such a roller coaster, but the Ten of Pentacles isn't that far away. It's just one thing away for a lot of us. But we have to believe that and know that and start living that and expecting that and walking away from the burden of thinking that that's not for me, or it will never happen to me, or I'm not worthy of. And again, sometimes it's not even conscious. We could be saying all the right things, but underneath the layers is all the weird shit that we were told as kids and as people. So I really think right now it should be just more so about making the decision to go deeper into the subconscious, and plant the seeds of potential, do the work there, because that's where you're going to see the greatest results. And even just like hypnosis, or like like listening to guided meditations at night that are specific for helping you to attract or manifest or release like limiting beliefs or blocks or whatever karmic cycle that is looping you, that's keeping you from making the right judgments, because it's usually wrapped up with some sort of anxiety. And again, it's probably not your fault that it's there, but it's underneath the layers. And you got to walk away from that internal dialogue that's sabotaging you, so you can be the King of Pentacles and go into calmer waters, make the right decision. Because when you choose to fully love yourself and feel good about yourself and feel like this is just easy and everything's flowing for me, that's when love is going to flow. That's when money's going to flow. That's when everything's going to flow, because you're going to be able to open your naked heart and feel good. All right. So let's see what we got here. I have... Boop. You're welcome, Drew. Songs are so true. I've been doing other things now. I've been decluttering. Yes, to keep doing that too. Decluttering around us helps us declutter up here. So the next one was from, I've been cleaning house all year and my YouTube views are up. Yes, maybe because I'm in a better place. Yes. So keep focused on that. And like, so do you see where like, obviously you've been doing good. You're working, things are going in the flow. If you're like, maybe I should just stop working and focus on self-care, that could be like, and I don't think that's what you're doing, but like sometimes we will think that, or step back from something, do focus on something we think we should, but it's almost like a self-sabotage, because this thing's growing and it's going in a good direction, so let me shift my focus onto this. You know what I mean? It's very subtle sometimes. Like I've been catching myself like just tonight when I took a quick ride, I felt within myself the like, and it was something my dad said to me on my way out the door, and I was like, it hit me, and it shifted my vibration so immensely, and what it was connected to. And it was just because I'm like, if I just speak up and tell him this thing, it will take this away. But I didn't want to, because it was like stress related. So, because I didn't want to like put it back on him. But then I said it, and he was like, yeah, that's what I meant. So it's like, I was all stressed out over something that he already meant, that we were already on the same page about, but I was letting it fuck me up and make me feel lack and scared and like so all stressed out about circumstances that are out of my control, you know? So keep cleaning up outside and inside, and keep paying attention to those little moments where we feel those triggers come up, or those things. Like me not answering my emails, me not answering the phone. Yesterday I got 2 amazing phone calls that are literally like life-changing experiences. Like for my business, they're such huge opportunities. And I just answered the phone, which I never do. But that's me self-sabotaging. So Songs of Starlight. Hey Bridget, can I have a reading on a connection with someone that I'm not speaking to right now? What is the feeling towards me at the moment? Is it a love? It's a love check. Thank you. Okay, let's find out. A 1, a 2, a 3. Oh, you know what? I got the Halloween one. I've been up since 6 a.m., guys. Like, that's a lot for me. So my brain is a little fried, but I'm okay. We're still kicking. Ooh, here we go. It's a Halloween, like, vampire. I want you, despite of the challenges, I am full of rage and I will sabotage our connection. So this is kind of what I was just saying. A lot of times, like, I highly doubt this guy's walking around consciously thinking that. Self-sabotage comes from within. It comes from underneath the layers, and it manifests in crazy ass behaviors like ghosting or running from something we really like, or not answering our emails, or not answering the phone call, getting all stressed out over something that somebody else is like on the same, like, oh, I don't want to fucking cause a problem, but we're both thinking the same thing and on the same page. But we can sabotage ourselves in so many ways. So despite these challenges, this person does want you, but I feel like this is kind of a theme. And where we are right now with the eclipse and Samhain coming up and all of that, this is when this shit comes up. So it says, I'm waiting for you to remember. And I feel like, I feel like you guys are both waiting for the other to remember. I feel like we're all waiting for each other to remember out here in this collective that, like, hey, yo, like, it doesn't have to be hard. We're the ones making it hard because we've been conditioned to believe it's hard. We've been conditioned to stay in circumstances, and a lot of the people who've come in for like twin flame stuff, they've been wrapped up into the beliefs of he's a runner and I'm a chaser and he's a ghoster and a bop and a boop. So what do you think is going to manifest when you're both believing in those roles? Even if only one of you believes those roles, those things will manifest, or we will stay within something that looks that way because our belief aligns that way. Maybe he's not ghosting, maybe he's not running, maybe he's not even aware, but because we're so thinking that, we can make ourselves believe that. And I'm not saying that's what's this with this situation, but I'm saying that could happen to us in this world because of how strong our beliefs are. So shifting over out of these ideas of it has to be difficult, or they're a runner. Like, if we keep thinking that they're a runner, or that we keep thinking that we're not communicating, like, obviously you're not communicating. So yeah, like, that's hard to think, like, we're in communication, but there's probably underlying things up in there that are feeding into this reality where you're not communicating. And even so, say beyond that, right? There's probably deeper things as to why you're in this circumstance to begin with. So again, those subconscious beliefs will help us to understand what the conflict is that's keeping us from this thing that we really want in our lives. And it's usually stuff that isn't our fault. It's just there. It's just blocking us, and it doesn't make any logical sense. This says, one taste is all it took, and your love transforms me. So I feel like this is something that's transformational for people, and that's where, like, some of this comes into play, where it's like, oh yeah, you've got all these signs of a twin flame. However, it gets wrapped up within all this, like, horrible shit, like, they're running away from me and we're in separation and I'm so sad and lonely. That's why, like, I really get upset about that too, because back in the day, that wasn't the fucking description for it. It was like, you came together, it was intense, one person runs away from it at some point, but then you come back together and unite. Like, all of this, like, other stuff came about at other times. The description originally for twin flame on the internet was very brief, and it wasn't like a karmic this and fucking that and boop and boop and all of these horrible things that got wrapped up when people started doing tarot readings about it. It started projecting their situations onto it, because there's people out there projecting onto it that are not twin flames, and then there's people out there who just have a belief system that's totally different, and no one is correct, no one person is correct, but the choice that you make to believe about it is what you're gonna see around you. That's why, like, I made these cards, and then I saw my cards manifested into reality. Things that I had wrote or thought or whatever manifested into reality, because that's how strong we are. So I feel like this guy and you don't have to be in this separation. Yeah, everything you do affects me, and it says control. So I feel like you are in control of this situation more than you realize. It says, don't force me to love you or I'll run. Okay, so your beliefs about this and your energy surrounding this is most likely the main cause of where we're at right now. Same with him, because if you're twin flames, you're mirroring, you're gonna mirror these triggers, you're gonna mirror these karmic cycles, you're gonna mirror whatever it is that's keeping you from one another. So when we start to do that inner work and take control of ourselves and not the outside and as much, we just control within, because we can't control anybody else. We can't control, like, what's out there unless we get control of what's within us. And it says, I'm in love with your imperfections. So I feel like you need to be in love with your imperfections. You need to feel that way. It says, I want to know what you're thinking. Let me in. So I feel like there's also blocks because, you know, like there's no communication between us. So you believing that is adding to the energy that's keeping you from communicating with him. I feel like he wants to communicate with you, but you've gotten used to the non-communication right now. So this says, I will soon come out of the dark. And with this eclipse, it's a perfect opportunity to clear that up, to clear those negative beliefs or those false ideas or those subconscious whatevers, and just do some like shadow work. Basically, it says only you have access. I feel like if you do some shadow work at this time within this eclipse energy, you're going to be able to transform this situation and start to communicate with them telepathically, and then in the physical. It says you're constantly on my mind, seducing my memories, and I'm ready for you. So I feel like there's just maybe some like subconscious belief that you should probably do like a little, you know, search within. You can just meditate, close your eyes, go within and ask, like, what am I believing that is blocking me from receiving the communication? What am I believing that is blocking my energy from being, you know, in this receptive give and take in this connection? And just do that work and see what it is, and it will slowly manifest. But I feel like this is what's been keeping you away from each other. It's just something that you're not conscious of. Yeah, it's what's causing you to be, you know, feeling this Four of Cups. There's some sort of judgment up here that needs to be made and switched so that you can have your Six of Cups and overcome any anxiety that's up there that you just don't even know. Like, again, it could have been you were 2 years old and someone said something to you about men and women, and now it's like forevermore. You might have something that your twin flame will show to you to heal. Could be past life, could be inner child. And once you do, you'll get your new start with this person. But yeah, I feel like there's something up here that is blocking the blessings in the situation. And it could be around worthiness. It says, I feel unworthy of you. So a lot of times there's mirroring there. There's this tempting offer, but I'm unworthy of it. Somewhere inside of me, I feel unworthy of it. So that's where the transition is. And yeah, your divinity awakens me. So just keep illuminating within and know that you're very close to transforming this. This says, I'm scared I'm scared you might know my secret. So again, I feel like both of you may even be nervous of each other because of the intensity within the connection. You may be blocking each other from fully embracing each other because you are each other and you mirror each other so much. So do some work on those types of beliefs. I feel like that will help a lot. You're welcome. Paloma, hello. Can I get a reading on how this eclipse energy is going to affect me on my life path now, and also how to get into that Empress mode more? Sure. Rick. I'm so energetic now with this Mars and Scorpio transit getting stuff done. I've been getting a lot of done because I just don't really have much of a choice, man. I'm like, I gotta do it all right now. But I do have a lot more energy. So how this eclipse energy is going to affect me on my life path right now, and also how to get into that Empress energy more. Okay, so what's going on? So the Ace of Cups, I feel like you've got the fire, right? And you've got this this opportunity, and I think we're going to get a lot of this energy tonight because you guys are all usually kind of in the same, we all are, it's collective energy. So like none of us are exempt from this. We all have fears, we all have doubts, we all have insecurities, we all have false beliefs, we all go up and down, we have great highs and bad lows, we all fuck up in love, we're all human. And this is what we're here to do, is experience the human experience, but to uncover what we're so afraid of that's blocking us from our blessings, so that we can close the chapter and start the new one with the new mindset, with the new beliefs, with the new aha moments that stop letting us live this reality where we feel like we're on the outside of everything and step into this reality where we are the center of everything, you know? We are the creator. Everything that's around us is the determining thing, is us, of how we feel about it. And it's so quick. And, you know, we can go way down and way up. But I feel like if you just keep doing what you're doing right now and riding this wave up and staying positive about what's happening, like everything's working out for me. Obviously, I got laid off because like that wasn't for me. But if I take that and I go to the fear place of, oh, now I don't have money and blah, 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 then it will take me down into the darkness and get worse and worse. I feel like this is a repeat of where you were like a year ago, where it was like, oh no, like I'm laid off, and it was your opportunity to shine. It was your opportunity to be really committed, but you kind of diddly daddlied and you came up with a lot of, self sabotage, distraction from the course at hand that you knew you needed to do. So now is that second chance for you to do that again and to trust your intuition that there was a death of that so that you could have the rebirth now. And this is how karmic cycles work. Like when we start doing good, we can go with it or we can repeat what we have done before. And it's so easy to do because a lot of us get in these cycles of fight or flight or like feast and famine. We need our nervous system to be in like overdrive to like motivate us sometimes to get things done, and then we start going and going and going, and then we burn ourselves out, and then we crash, and then we repeat. So that's why like with Rick, it's like, yeah, focus on some self-care, man, because you're gonna need that to maintain the upward motion, but don't let that be the thing that takes you away from the upward motion. So the same thing for Melissa. You have the opportunity right now to come together with your wishes coming true in love, in life, in money, in all the areas, as long as you approach it in balance and in harmony and in the belief system that I am magnetic, I am charismatic, I am the Empress. I don't need to do anything to get more into the Empress energy. I am the Empress. I already embody that. Everything about me is, you know what I mean? Even if it's not true 100% right now in this moment, start believing it and owning it and embodying it in the way that you believe that should be. Don't let me define the Empress to you. What does the Empress mean to you? It doesn't have to be like this big elaborate thing. The Empress is just somebody that's like, for me, she's grounded, she's natural, like and when we think of the Pentacles, it's not money. Money doesn't make us abundant. Money can give us shit, but we don't need money to get that shit. And the best stuff that we can get usually can't be bought. We can't buy love, like true love. We can't buy like art, our memories. We can't buy our family experiences. We can't buy that feeling in your chest when you're with a person that you have that feeling for. Those things can't be purchased. The Pentacles are our spiritual evolution and understanding where the value truly lies in this world. And I feel like when you connect to that abundance that is here, because like the worst case scenario in our lives is that we like lose all this bullshit that's around us that means nothing at the end of the day. It really means nothing. It's just stuff. Sometimes we attach meaning to stuff. This is a special stuff, but the only thing that makes it special is us thinking it's special. And instead of projecting it out onto these things outside of us and collecting these things to make us feel like now we're special, or acquiring a certain number in our bank account, or getting a certain amount of followers, or having a certain partner look a certain way, or car drive, whatever those things are, getting all of those things will never matter to this. Who you are inside will matter to that. And that's what the Empress embodies, and that's what the Emperor embodies. And we are all masculine and feminine. So we need to be able to feel empowered and confident and strong and know that like the earth is abundant when everything we need is provided to us. What we should be cultivating or really seeking out around us is love and compassion and like connection and positivity and family and friends, and you know what I mean? But because of how the world is, we all get, wrapped up into the money or into the more. And I feel like you're coming into a time where you can release that attachment to things. And by releasing that attachment, that's when the money comes. Because it's when we're like, I need the money, the money doesn't come. But when it's like, I'm so abundant, the money comes. But it takes work. And it's very hard to maintain here because of our basic instincts and our amygdala or whatever, like our reptile brain back there that's like, I gotta eat, and I gotta pay my bills, and I gotta, and that's fear based, and that's what keeps us in the lack, and that's what keeps us from having you know, all these good things and all that awesome stuff. But the heart, when you truly feel fulfilled, all those other things will come in abundance and flow to you. The right partner will come, the right emperor will come, the right power will exist within you, and you'll start moving quickly into a new beginning. So keep working on the, you know, shifting your beliefs around that stuff, and just knowing that you are the empress. Don't make it difficult, don't make it complicated. Know that you are abundant, and even if you lost every physical item or every dollar that you had today, you would still be the empress. She doesn't have to have anything or have done anything to be the empress. She just is, you know. Connect with nature, connect with Mother Earth, connect with your heart, be loving, be mothering, be nurturing to yourself and others. And that's how you will do it. But when you juggle your value and your worth, or you put too much emphasis in the outside, or the, you know, monetary or physical realm, that's when we make those, you know, silly judgments about stuff, and that's what actually blocks us from the blessings and the abundance. So I feel like you are going, yeah, you're taking blind faith right now. You're a risk taker, and the adventure awaits for you. So just don't let yourself get blocked by the fear of change or the fear of the unknown. Embrace the unknown and know that you're good. You're eager to learn. You're honing your craft. Keep learning. Keep teaching yourself. And you don't have to pay money to do that. You can teach yourself for free for now, and then when you start to see the income come, invest into that learning. But keep teaching yourself what you need to know so that you can branch out and move onwards to bigger and better things at this time. But that's where you're headed. All right. Naked fall fee. What? Reading? Hi, Clara. I don't know what that is. So yeah, I think I did everybody that's in here, didn't I? I got Drew, I got Rick, I got Sons of Starlight, I got Melissa. Did I? Empress is badass. I won't back down this time. I feel better now about myself than last time. Thank you so much, and very much in my head this resonated. You're welcome. Yeah, I feel like it's a repeat of before. I feel like different this time around. I'm going to do things in a different way now. Yes, I won't back down this time. I feel better now about myself than last time. Awesome sauce. And then Empress is a badass. I love the Queen of Pentacles. I come out as Queen of Pentacles in the tarot. Yeah. And that's like the same energy for me too. The Queen of Pentacles and the Empress, for some reason, like that's just how I perceive them, because they're both very like earthy and like pregnant and mothery and all of that, but like that's just how I see it, you know. But I know a lot of other people do too. But the Queen of Cups, she's just more emotional. The Queen of Wands, she's more fiery and passionate and like a CEO. And then the Queen of Swords, she's been burned a lot, so she's a little like, you know, wants to fight. But that's how I read. Everybody reads a little bit different. Empress is a state of mind. Love this. It resonates a lot. Awesome sauce. Yes, I'm doing new things now. Thank you so much. You are welcome. Like, I'm just gonna ignore that. So yeah, look, 8 of Cups, but walk away from that. We're gonna do it fast. The 8 of Wands, because that's not. I'm not gonna be doing any naked ones. My tarot card is the Star usually. Nice, you the star of the show, man. You're Scorpio, right? So do you resonate with the Death card at all, or just more so like the Star? Like, that's my card. I don't know who I guess I like to resonate with the Empress and the Queen of Pentacles. They're one and the same for me. But I am an Earth sign, like across the board. And I am Taurus, and a lot of people look at the Empress as either Taurus or Libra. And then the Queen of Pentacles is Capricorn. I've got Capricorn, Moon, and Rising. But I've identified with all of them too. Hello, Linda. How are you? Oh, I know you asked a question up here, so let me see. Thank you. I would like a general reading on what's to come for me. Okay, so let's see. What's to come for Linda? We've got the Fool card coming out, so I feel like there's a new beginning on the horizon for Linda. And this is funny because this was there when I saw this, but I didn't take it. But I did see it. It was on the bottom of the deck, the High Priestess. The High Priestess is somebody that's intuitive, and she usually knows. A lot of times I will resonate with the High Priestess too. Like it depends on my mood, man. I'm a little all over the board. But the High Priestess, she's very intuitive. She's very, connected within herself. And sometimes our anxiety and our intuition can get a little boop 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 boop. Like we can juggle those two things up and get a little like messed up. Like sometimes we think our intuition is warning us of somebody or something, and really it's just our anxiety or us expecting something bad or us coming from, a belief system or coming from old wounds or old traumas or just whatever. Could even be past life stuff. Like sometimes people have a fear of death around drowning or heights or whatever, and they have no rational reason from this lifetime. But sometimes we have these things inside of us, which has been a theme tonight, that could be sabotaging us in a sense, because it's like our intuition is trying to guide us, but sometimes our anxiety blocks us because we're like, oh no, it's not going to work out. I might mess up. So we make judgment calls that can keep us from what we're really trying to manifest into our lives. So with the Six of Cups, this is a card of like reconciling, but it's also a card of our past lives and our inner child. So I feel like if you've been through some painful, difficult endings, or you're at the, and again, I feel like we all kind of are at this point right now in the collective where we're ready to drop burdens that may have been connected to old pain or old stories or old painful endings, so that we can reconcile with our inner child and reconcile with our versions of ourselves that we may have gone through a soul loss or we may have gone through a painful experience. And when we go through trauma or painful moments, sometimes we will have soul loss, and doing a soul retrieval helps us to retrieve that part of our soul that may be missing. So I feel like you're going to have some clarity around this at this time, and it's going to help you to move forward and maybe possibly find the right people to collaborate with. If you've been having the hard time just moving into a new direction or knowing exactly where you're headed in the new direction, I feel like there's going to be clarity coming for you, especially with the eclipse energy. The eclipse kind of illuminates things. It's like it helps us to see what was hiding in the dark and to eclipse it out of our lives. So whatever darkness, whatever shadow, whatever anxiety, whatever subconscious programming, whatever bullshit that was up there that either you picked up in another life or picked up as a little girl or picked up in a bad experience, I feel like is clearing away so that you can manifest like the right partnership in your world. The Four of Wands can be about union and marriage and commitment and stability, but it's also about the four pillars in our life of stability so that we have a good solid foundation beneath us. And I feel like that's what you've been planting your seeds of potential for. And now it's time to start taking movement, but there's maybe some sort of anxieties or subconscious things up there that need to be acknowledged so that you can start moving faster towards this better outcome. Because I feel like you're ready to let these things go. So I feel like this eclipse is letting you become aware and then move into peaceful, calmer waters. That's going to lead to your Ten of Pentacles, which is the ultimate fulfillment in life. And if that includes another person or if that just includes some sort of decision, I feel like you're going to be making the right choice to be the Empress and to have all the right star, experiences, which is like our wishes coming true. The Death card. Oh, wait, let me see. The Death card is a lot to do with me too. Yes. Can you give me advice on Venus and Scorpio? What kind of women are they into? I heard strong women, but I'm sure there's other things as well. This Venus placement is fascinating to me. Melissa, there's definitely a pattern of what Scorpio Venus man sees in women. I think value and growth over stability or reliability. Yeah, I mean, Melissa, there's a lot of, there's so much information. If you just Google that statement that you just asked me, there's tons and tons that you can read about it. I don't know exactly, Venus in Scorpio. Do I have that? Yeah, I do. But it's, the thing I've heard about it the most is, women get a little you know, they're a little freaky deaky. Like people with that placement could be seen as freaky deaky, but I would Google and like read some things because there's like massive amounts of information out there, and you can look specifically to like your stuff and their stuff and crisscross it back and forth. But for hello Boosh, how are you? For Linda, I was doing your reading, Linda. I don't know if you caught it from the beginning to now, but there will be a playback so you can watch it again. I was answering your question about the future, and I feel like again with these cards kind of closing up here, that yeah, like the right partnerships coming, the right things are coming, the right opportunities. The wheel of fortune is here to be in your favor, as long as we let go of any of those doubts and those things that sometimes are just under the surface or we're unaware of that are even blocking us. It's like the first 7 years of your life, you're just like a program receiving all this information. And a lot of times we make decisions, and I feel like again, the Two of Wands, the Two of Swords, these are both about making a choice. Sometimes the choices we make are influenced by that subconscious programming that we have from society and our family and all these things, and it keeps us from manifesting our justice and our happily ever after. But I feel like you're going to be illuminating that over these next couple of weeks. Whatever karmic bullshit's up there that's been blocking you from your Ten of Pentacles, you're going to be establishing balance within that area and moving into calmer waters. So whatever you've been waiting on that you may have been blocking in some unknown way, you're now the magician, and you're going to know your value to make the judgment call that will manifest whatever has been missing coming. So if you've been missing something or feeling like a lack of something or just like a stall between, you know, your new start in life, I feel like you're persevering through that, and you're going to see the transformation within it very soon. So here's my boosh. People with Scorpio Venus can tend to be obsessive and think long term. Yes. Yes, I have a whole thing printed out on it. I can take a picture of it. If I don't even know where it is right now, and I still got to do a private reading when I get off of here. So I will look for it over the weekend, and I'll send it to you. And I have pictures in my book too that I can send. But yeah, they are obsessive and crazy. And a little brooding and like secretive too. So it's when you're both that can be interesting. I feel like I've missed a couple of these. It's been a while. I know. When it gets to me, I'm open to whatever spirit wants me to know. Okay, so we're gonna do Jenny because Jenny is the came in last year. So let's see. What is spirit? I got a new deck. Hold on. Well, we got the Queen of Wands, and I was reaching for my new deck from Mystic Moon. It's the Treasure Trove Tarot Career and Finances. So I was gonna reach for that, and that makes sense because the Queen of Wands is also somebody that is magnetic and charismatic and good in their finances and as like a business owner, you know. And then we get the Emperor and Empress. So I feel like you're also magnetic in the field of receiving, you know, or becoming charged up magnetically and sexually in all of those ways. It's interesting. We're talking about Venus and Scorpio. That's kind of like a freaky deaky thing for me in my mind. She's kind of a freaky deaky thing in my mind. I feel like this is going to be where you're headed after this eclipse. You're eclipsing whatever has been keeping you maybe from fully embracing this energy of like magnetic like boom, you know, fire in your life, and feeling like all of this coming together. This could be just even coming together within yourself in this power of the balance between the feminine and the masculine. And when we do that, it manifests into the 3D. And when we do this, it manifests into everything that we touch. It's like the magnetic, you know, the gold, you get the gold touch, whatever they call that. So I feel like you're gonna have the that touch. the fuck is it? I want to say the Emperor's touch, but it's not. It's not that. Yes. Oh, that is me too. Everybody's a freak. Anybody who found me back in the day, you're all a bunch of freaks. I know. You don't have to pretend. I'm just kidding. I was doing the 18 plus readings when many people showed up, so I'm like, yeah, we all know. We all know. We all know. So you got the Ten of Cups and the King of Pentacles. It's interesting that I'm using this deck and these messages are coming through because I equate these with love and, you know, like that type of shit. The emperor coming in, the magnetic, like sexual, powerful, like boom, boom, right? And with the 10 of cups, it says family, business, happy home life, domestic security. I feel like this is going to be in both areas. It's like you're going to be feeling this way in your career, you're going to be feeling this way in your love life, you're going to be feeling this way just across the board. And the King of Pentacles says influential head honcho business owner. So you may come together with another person to own a business together, as a happily, you know, ever after family, and getting your stuff together for that. And then I got the King of Swords here, and it says, swift but fair, high standards, lawyer or judge. So I feel like there's the judgment calls, and this is a collective energy again tonight that was coming through a lot, is like all of us are making the judgment calls right now to illuminate the shadow, to eclipse the darkness, to eclipse the sadness, to eclipse the self-sabotage, to eclipse whatever it has been that may have been keeping us from fully embracing, you know, whatever would have truly allowed us to just feel like boom boom in our lives, and to have that across the board in our career and in our everything. And the Knight of Swords is here too, and it says pursuit of a goal, drive and ambition, failure is not an option. So like just having this unstoppable mentality makes you unstoppable, so then you reach the top because you know that there's no other choice but to do it. And I feel like you're gonna either I feel like you're gonna come together with like your emperor here to have that stability between the two of you, to have that feeling like I have a team and now I can actually get shit done. Because when you're just trying to do everything by yourself, it's a lot and it's hard and it's heavy and it's fucking ugh. But you've done enough work to reap the benefits. So you've been eager to learn, you're honing your craft, you've taken the classes and the workshops. So now you're ready to receive all of the blessings, and we get the Knight of Cups, and have your creative, persuasive charm. As long as you lead with your heart, you're going into the right direction. So you're going to be a busy bee, says resourceful. You can do it all. So you can do it all, but you don't need to do it all because you're going to have someone else there to help you do it all. And this is the Queen of Pentacles and the Strength. You're going to be the strong leader, flex your skills, and owning your power. This is what I'm getting from this, like fully owning your power and just stepping out of any of this bullshit that we have, you know, up there on some level and some layer and some deep depth within ourselves somewhere that we don't even fucking know about half the time, that keeps us like, you know, coming and going. You're releasing that, and single, sexy, confident, independent, powerful version of yourself is getting rid of the drama, challenges, and the stiff competition, and finding your success, dropping the burdens, and planting the seeds of potential for the year. Yes, go, bye-bye, let it go, it's time for real. Laughing my ass. I own my super freakiness. We're all freaks. I love it. I just did spell work with my power. Awesome sauce. See, there you go. Melissa said, so true, Bridget, they can be freaky, but I don't mind it much. I would like to see the book description of Venus and Scorpio. Spicy for sure. Okay. Midas Touch. Yes, that's what it's called. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with my brain? I'm like, well, I've been up since 6 a.m., so like that could be a little bit of it. I didn't end up getting to take a nap because I had private readings to do. But I feel like anything that has come about that's been a little painful, that's been a little blah, everybody's getting to the justice of that now. It's like we went through the dark and now we're coming into the light. We're clearing out the bullshit to be the queen of motherfucking wands and to own our power. No more fear, no more darkness, no more indecision. Just 10 of Cups, feeling happy, planting the seeds that grow, and letting go of that shit. No more towers. And even if you do have a tower, embrace the tower, because it just means you're rebuilding something better in its place. Like, oh, that had to go so something better could come. You know? Oh, like everything's working out for me. When we keep feeling that way and thinking that way and we don't juggle that up in there, we overcome the conflict and the craziness that's out there. You know, and sometimes you get frustrated and it feels like it's taking longer than it should, but I feel like Your perceptions are changing. There may have been a temporary hold where you felt like you're just hanging in the balance, but things are starting to move forward again. There may be too many options on your plate. Like I know you have a lot of ideas, imaginative ideas, like get rich quick schemes and stuff. Don't let those distract you out here, because they will fucking sabotage you from getting the rich, because we're like, and it's just what we do with ADHD. It's like, oh, the next pretty shiny object, and everybody makes everything look so fucking great and easy. But a lot of people are scamming people because, they just can. And a lot of people do this shit out here. So follow your heart instead of doing the shiny object thing, and take what you know within yourself and just get focused on it. Just get that clear direction, like write it down, like what is my plan, so that I can remember it. Because sometimes that's a problem with ADHD, is like I know what I want to do, but then I forget what I want to do, and then I remember like a week later, I'm like, oh yeah, I wanted to do that. Like, so be admirable in your actions and loving what you do. Make sure you're loving what you do. Don't let the shiny syndrome object thing, the shiny object syndrome, distract you from doing what you love. You love helping people. You love the hypnosis work. You love the whole idea of doing all that. So focus on it. Don't worry about any of the other things. Come up with the plan for how you're going to present that out here in the best way that feels aligned for you. And use your skills that you've already acquired, and just focus on that one thing and be consistent with it, planning ahead, and be the boss that you know how to be for you, which I think is sometimes the hardest thing for ourselves. We can boss everybody else very easy, we can delegate and stuff, but when it comes to our own shit, we're like, I don't know, maybe tomorrow. How can we find out where this sexual energy is coming from if we're feeling it recently? Can I ask about it through a reading? I've been consumed by my thoughts and I'm trying not to take it seriously. I'm doing that now, constantly writing things down so I don't forget it. Yes, I have a bunch of cards over there that are like... Using the planner helps me too, to write it all down. Melissa, I feel like right now, if you're feeling a lot of that energy, I just saw the seduce card. It says your energy has been seducing me. I feel like it's probably the person that you're connected to on that, because they want to feed on your energy. So, that's where it's coming from. But let me go up here and answer this person. Songs of Starlight. A motivational reading on what my life purpose is, and messages from my spiritual team. What do I need to know right now? Open to receive. Okay. All right, let's see. Your life purpose. Okay, so we got frequency shifter. You receive and shift the frequencies of the universe. And then you've got beat maker, beat to your own drum, listen to the rhythm of your soul. And firekeeper, phoenix, creator of sacred transformation. So I feel like this is kind of what we're all here to do, guys. Like we're all here to be unique. We're all here to be who we are. Like we all have our energy and our essence. We all bring our frequency to the table. And I feel like we are all going through major transformations over and over in our lives. Every time we go through something, nobody, like even if somebody goes out through it, they're not going to go through it the exact same way that you go through it. So everything we do is unique to us. And we start to become who we become through the obstacles and the bullshit. It says you are here to overcome and grow. So you're here to overcome and grow. You're here to shift your frequency and transmute and transform along the way, but to do it to your own unique rhythm. And however that shows up for you is unique for you. Look at your lived experiences are unique and meaningful. Share your stories with others. So just you being you is what you're here to do. And I know that sounds corny and cliche, but it truly is. What do you want to do? Like, this is what I always get stuck with people. I'm like, what do you like to do? What do you want to do? And if you don't know, I can't tell you. Nobody else can tell you. Only you can tell you. And you don't have to know in order to find out. You don't have to know today. Like, and it may change. You may go out and be like, I'm going to be a writer. I'm going to write a book. And then you decide, all right, I'm done. I'm going to be an artist. I'm going to paint. Or I'm going to be whatever you want to motherfucking be. Like, it doesn't have to be all or nothing. And that's that's what I feel like so many of us allow ourselves to get, like, oh, we gotta niche down, oh, we gotta do this, we gotta do that, we gotta know exactly where we're, like, they want us to be at 18 signing up for college. I talked to another guy today that was like, he got his, bachelor's in something, he doesn't do anything with it, he works at Amazon. All these people that I talk to that go to college for set things, so many of them don't end up using it, but it's because they made a decision when they were 18, and now they don't align to that version of themselves anymore. And that doesn't mean anything negative or bad. That's just life. You don't need to know forever. You can just be who you are right now, and you're living in alignment with your purpose. And when you trust your inner sacred feminine essence, your high priestess within, it's intuitively going to guide you every day. And it could be different every day. It doesn't have to be what we make it out to be up here. Like, so many of us think we need to have like some shiny like certificate or some mile marker or some acknowledgement in order for us to have found our purpose or be living in alignment to exactly who we're supposed to be. But we're always discovering more about ourselves, we're always discovering more about the world, we're always learning, we're always growing. We're never going to catch up to who we're supposed to be, because we will never be able to reach who we believe we're supposed to be. Because even as you grow and evolve, it should just always, realize, like, you're gonna get there, and you're not gonna be like, okay, let me just stop. You're gonna keep growing, you're gonna keep evolving, you're gonna keep transforming, and your unique story is meaningful, and however you want to share that with the world is okay, and it can change over and over and over along the way. But it says intuitive readings help support you and others, so you could help other people with intuitive readings, or you could, maybe just receive the intuitive messages once in a while to help you, like, daily. Like, you could pull cards for yourself every single day, like, give me guidance on how I can be in service today for the best alignment to my mission and purpose, and set that intention, and then live in that knowing of, I'm aligned to my mission and purpose, I am living, I'm doing exactly as I'm guided to do, I'm following my heart, I'm living authentically, I'm not lying, I'm not, pretending, I'm just being me, and I'm trusting that I'm good. And if I believe that and I do that, I can, continuously embody that, and it will continue to grow. And focus on gratitude, focus on, the positive, focus on all you've already accomplished, instead of thinking there's some better version of you that you can't, that you're not reaching. Just know that you've embodied the best version of yourself, and you're constantly embodying that, so you're going to constantly shift into that upward flow where it reflects more and more and more of that embodiment to who you're truly meant to be. You're a master of duality and darkness, so you're meant to go, we all are, we're all meant to experience the duality, the light and the dark, the good and the bad, the up and the down. We wouldn't know a good day if we didn't have a bad day. We wouldn't know what it's like to feel rich if we didn't have a time where we felt poor, truly. And you're a shaman, your soul carries ancient wisdom teachings, and you have been sent here to protect Earth, and you're a divine feminine. So it says, honoring the ways of the sacred feminine, cycles of rebirth. I really feel like you're just here to keep going through these transformations and embodying that new version of yourself every time you get there. And there's crystals and things that you could connect to frequency shift with those. Shift your frequency, shift their frequency, shift the frequency of others. You could activate crystals for people. You could do healings with crystals for people. It says you intuitively connect with and receive information from crystals, and the trauma and pain that you overcame will now bring guidance and hope to other souls. So take what you've been through, take the ups and the downs, take the things that you've learned in your life, and put your unique stamp on it, on how you're going to help bring guidance and hope to other people through those things that you've experienced, and also in your other lives and deep within us. We all have this wisdom deep within us. You're a seer. You've got the eyes that see beyond the illusion. You're a channel for the divine. Channel in that alignment and knowing, and pay attention to your dreams, or dream into being the new reality, because you've agreed to return to assist in Earth's ascension, because you've already done it. You're here to cleanse and purify and help people. You're a starseed, a light worker. You're here to awaken and shift the collective consciousness. And I think they want you to do some automatic writing as well. this is how I feel like your star people, your star family wants to give you messages through automatic writing. So just open up and let them deliver whatever they want to say to you. But you've agreed to do this at this time, and you are a peacemaker. So set that intention to embody that for yourself too. Like, help me to, you know, receive the messages that bring me peace. And if you enjoy that, right, and you get a good message, you can share it with others. And so then that guidance and hope that you've brought through to your own self, through your channeling, through your frequency, through your connection to the divine, you can turn around and share it with other people and be in service. We don't have to get paid to be in our mission and purpose. You know what I mean? Just being in alignment with who we truly feel guided to be in that moment, to give with our heart, to give with our soul, is when we're in alignment with our mission and purpose. Money and things like that get more tied into the ego and the 3D world. Yes, those two worlds can collide, and when they do collide, it's amazing, but it doesn't have to be synonymous. And you don't have to, just because you're not doing that right now, doesn't mean that you're not, there's something wrong with you. You know what I mean? Just know that you're planting the seeds of potential right now, and the more that you believe that you're in alignment, the more you're going to see that, and the more things are going to rapidly transform around you to reflect that in whatever way that you feel guided for that to be in your world. So true, the boss thing. I think I need design and process documents for more things. I think I need design and process documents for more things. Okay. You're welcome. I think I was 17 and decided I wanted to be an economist. See, like when I was a real little girl, I wanted to be a marine biologist. Yes, I have a degree, but I'm not working in that field. I didn't like how I bought into the college stuff. I rather do my own thing than follow everyone, be my own person. Thank you so much. All true. Yeah. And that's okay. And I think our people, like, you know, like our generation here for the last, you know, however many years, a lot of us are defying the standards that people used to set. Like, going to college is just a fucking another money making bullshit thing. Like, all these people go to college and do this thing and they don't use it. And they got all this debt from going to college for something that they're not even doing because they were 18. Like, no. Like, we should be teaching kids in school, like vocationally, like letting them explore, because some kids are artists and some kids want to be an economist or whatever, they like numbers, but we don't let them like decide on their own. We just force them indoors into this like cell all day long, and that's what the school system was made to do, was to make people like slaves to the system and to adopt the beliefs and go to school and get the thing and then go to work a 9 to 5 and not push back against that, and just then be happy with your little, you know, end of life there when you get off, like you get to retire finally. And a lot of people don't, because we don't have a survivable situation for many people out here, and it's set up that way, unfortunately. So we need to stop believing that that's the only way and start transform. That's what we're here to do, is transform the systems. We're system busters. This also resonated for me because I write as well, and I feel it's channeled when I write. Yes. But about that sexual energy, I'm curious. Wow, so it's coming from someone else. I knew it wasn't me. Like, damn, haha. Yeah, I feel like it's somebody that you could be either giving the, because this is the second time I saw it now, giving the cold shoulder to, or you gave you the cold shoulder. I'm sorry I abandoned you. I think it's the guy that you've been connected to all along. You broke down my walls when I was afraid. I feel like, you know, it's the guy that you've been connected to for a while. Like, that was the first person that came to mind when you said that. But I think that's just, you're just picking up on that energy. There's a tempting offer coming from that, and they're trying to communicate with you. Probably they could be just thinking about you while they're playing with themselves. But yeah, I think that's who it's coming from. It's somebody in the energies, the ethers. So trust your intuition, and remember who you are and where you came from. Like, you don't need me to tell you that. You don't need me to you know, decipher that energy. Like, you already know where that, you know, you already know that energy's there, and that, like, I don't think this is my energy. So just don't settle for this either. Like, if this is just like obviously you've wanted something more for a while, right? Like, yeah, like this says this person lied before and will again. I don't think it's necessarily that they lied, but they haven't showed up. They can be sending you sexual energy, but that doesn't mean that they're giving you anything more than that, right? So take that energy and transmute like with it and empower yourself to feel confident and magnetic to receive more from it. Utilize it so that it goes somewhere, because I feel like if you waste that energy, it may not go anywhere. But if you utilize it, it could be a catalyst to even bring someone else in that's going to be fulfilling for you. That's actually going to manifest as something, because this says say no. No is a full sentence. Stop explaining. So, I feel like just take it and utilize it for your best. Frequency shift it, but be in alignment with receiving more than that too. You know what I mean? Don't let that throw you off of, you know, don't let it don't let it go to waste, basically, is what I'm saying. That's funny. Well, yes, I won't accept. Yeah, don't do that. Sexual energy is it's attractive, it is sexual, it is captivating. But if it doesn't manifest into anything else, then let's utilize it to manifesting something that comes on in. And it doesn't. It could even come in from that person, but sometimes we get excited because of these little things that are coming, like a little breadcrumb, right? Like, oh my God, it makes us excited and get all like anticipating. And that's actually the wrong energy, because it actually pushes it away. So instead of like, because that will block it, instead of doing that, like utilize it, empower yourself with it, like receive it and know that more's coming. Is how I'm feeling. Like utilize it for your highest and best. Something just like went down my butt. The hell was that? I'm like, it felt like a big thing like went down there, but I don't feel it. Maybe it was just my tag moving. He knows where I stand because he heard me on my live. I was saying come correct or don't bother. Yes, just in general, not towards him, but yeah, come correct. He heard me loud and clear. Thank you so much. Yes, that's why I feel like, because they were showing me this over. They showed me that more than once. Yes, keep affirming your power. Take your power back so something manifests good, and stay in that receiving power energy. Sometimes we flip real quick when something comes in and disrupts the pattern. It can throw us off, and we can go back into old patterns or old energy of getting excited, and then maybe you don't hear anything right away, and then you get kind of like, that can block you too. And even getting excited can block you, because it can almost be the resistance. So instead of doing anything, stay in the vibe that you've been in, that's like cool, calm, receptive, in your power, knows. Look at both of these, like maintain the frequency and utilize that frequency to keep rising up, rather than letting it throw you off your game. Don't let it repeat old things, because I know how it goes. Sometimes it's just like, it just throws us off. Energy is very strong. Thank you so much, LOL. So yeah, thank you guys for coming tonight. I got to get up again tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. And then I got another private reading to do after I get off of here for somebody. So I'm going to go so I can go to bed and sleep, because I fell asleep today in my class. I still passed my tests. Yeah, I don't want to go back to that way before. Gotta stand your ground, know your power, know you're sexy, do some sex magic. Keep doing your things, because sometimes these things come in almost as a test to throw us off. So then you stop going live and you stop doing the shit and you stop. It's just a test. It's a test of your will. Use it and keep growing and feeling good. And no matter the outcome, don't let it disrupt what you're putting out. I had a prophetic dream that I saw today. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, there's the energy. The veil's gonna get thinner right now too. So I've been seeing a lot of things that, like, I'm like, I know something was right there, and it's definitely nothing there, but definitely something was there in the other realm, in the ethers. Big things too, like I've seen white things, I've seen black things, I've seen things run, I've seen things just be like there. I've seen little tiny things. I've seen so many things in the past like 2 weeks, and it's like, it's just intense. And then you guys, I've seen them in the videos too, but I've been seeing them with my eyes right now as well. The energy is amplifying my intuition. Yes. Get good sleep and take good care. I will, or take care of you. I will. Yes, I believe that. All right, guys. Thank you very much. I will be back next month. I don't know for sure my schedule yet with Amazon. I'm 4 days a week from 11 a.m. till 10 p.m. So if they do that to me on the second Thursday of the month, I will either do it like an hour late that night. Actually, I don't. I should be done before 10 p.m. though. They give us like up to 300 packages, and you can be out there till 10 p.m. delivering. I might be back sooner than that. I'm gonna look at that and see how much time it takes me to do them, and then I'm gonna look at my schedule too. And if I see a theme of like every Friday I'm off, then I will move it to a Friday. But for right now, I'm gonna keep it as the Thursday at 9 p.m. Hopefully, the second Thursday. If I could probably even ask him for that one too. I didn't even think of that because I'm a full-time employee now, so I could ask for like the second Thursday off once a month. Please take care and rest. I will. Nighty night. Thank you very much. I will see you guys next month. Inune. Namaste.